Hey, what's up guys? Coach Dan here for a weekly video, and today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about combating against all you guys that sit all day. So I've shot a few videos about this before, but it's always a good topic to kind of rehash. So I'm going to show you guys a few stretches today that you can do to combat that sitting posture all day and just work on feeling better. So we all know by now, if we're sitting a lot during the day, obviously that low back pain, neck pain, shoulder pain, all that stuff can kind of creep in. So I'm going to show you some ways to combat that. But on a side note, another really good thing to work on posturally and working on mobility and making sure that everything's feeling good is actually to work on your breathing and learning how to re-engage your diaphragm. I've shot some videos on that before, but you guys can also shoot me an email if you have some questions on how to work on that. But that's also another good thing to add in if you're somebody that's working on getting rid of those aches and pains. So today I'm going to show you guys these three stretches. So kind of three areas to target to combat that bad posture from sitting. The first one's our T-spine. So we all know it's our middle 12 vertebrae. When we're sitting at the computer a lot, we're in that flexion position a lot. So that T-spine's kind of flexed. So today we're actually going to work on some T-spine extension and getting out of that flex position. So there's two good stretches you can do on the foam roller here. The first one is going to be our back right on the foam roller, so it's right in the middle of my spine here, and all I'm going to do is take both arms out to the side. I'm going to make sure my arms drop as low as I can. I'm just going to kind of go on that snow angel or wall angel motion right here. Come up, get the hands all the way above as high as I can, drop them back down. When I come up, I'm going to want to extend through my lower back, so it's important I keep that low back pressed into the foam roller as I come up, and then I'm just going to go up and down about 10 or 15 reps. The other one that's really good for that T-spine extension we were talking about is getting this foam roller right in the middle part of the back, and then all we're going to do is actually go into more of a back bend. So we're going to keep our hands to the side here. All we're going to do is extend back, come back up to neutral, extend back, come back up. You might feel that back pop a little bit, so you can do a couple reps on one vertebrae, move it up a little bit more, do a couple more reps, move it up, do a couple more, do about 5 reps on each one, okay? So the next thing I want to talk to you guys about, we all know when we're in that short position in our hips, when we're sitting, hip flexors get short and tight. So a good stretch of this, we can go up on the bench here. We're just going to drop that knee down. We want to drive our hips forward, squeeze the butt, so we kind of tuck our pelvis underneath us. And all we're going to do is just hold this position for about 30 seconds, stretching out that quad and the hip flexor. If you don't have a bench, you can also just do it seated at home. This won't stretch the quad as much, but you still get those hip flexors going. Squeeze the butt, drive the hips forward, lean back just a tiny bit, but don't arch the lower back. We're going to hold for 30 seconds on each side. And the last one I want to talk about is actually doing some pelvic tilts. When we're sitting all day, we kind of lose some mobility in that pelvis, so it's important to do what we call a pelvic tilt. So if it's going to look a little bit like a cat-cow, but we're not going to do the yoga version where we go the upper back and T-spine. We're just going to work on that low back and pelvic area. So what I'm going to do is actually keep my upper back completely still, and I'm going to arch my lower back and then flatten it as much as I can. Arch, flatten, okay? And when I flatten and pull through, I want to get that sensation of really turning on these hip flexors and low abs and learning how to recruit those core muscles, which is going to help protect our lower back. So again, it's arch and then big pull through those lower abs and hip flexors as I flatten, arch, flatten, okay? So those are 3 or 4 really good stretches you guys can do to combat against sitting. The other thing I would say is obviously if we're sitting a lot during the day, it does have some detrimental effects on our metabolism and hormones, so I would try to set a timer maybe every hour, hour and a half max, where you get up, at least walk around for a couple minutes too. That'll help get your body right hormonally as well. If you guys have any questions, feel free to email me, Dan@cuttingedgefitness.com. Thanks guys, have a good one.